everyone. It's dark, it's nighttime, it's midnight, but I just finished this book and I really need to talk about it. I pre-ordered this in a bookshop near me, which is part of a big chain, which kind of sucks. But I had to pre-order it in a bookstore because I don't own a credit card and I couldn't pre-order it on Amazon because of that. So I ended up paying 17 euros for this, for a paperback, whereas on Amazon I would have gotten the hardback for 15. So that makes me a little unhappy. But that's the only negative thing I can say about this book. I absolutely loved it. I started reading it today at around noon, and I finished it like half an hour ago. Because I couldn't put it down. I had started reading like the first 3 chapters yesterday before bed, and then this morning I read the next one, and I was like, okay, I'm enjoying this very much, and I want to share this with someone, so I started reading again from the beginning, but this time recorded myself reading out loud, so that I could send it to my best friend Taylor, because I absolutely love reading out loud to people, and it just felt like the kind of book to do that with. And even though I was reading out loud, which meant that I couldn't just picture the sentences, I actually had to pronounce every word for a sentence, if that makes any sense. Because you're slower reading out loud than you are reading in your head. So even with that, it still took me just about 12 hours to read it. And those 12 hours include lunch and dinner breaks and bathroom breaks. So it took me about 9 to 10 hours. Even though I was reading out loud. And oh my god, Carrie's writing is so nice to read. I read On the Other Side when it came out. I've read all I Know Now when it came out. And obviously All I Know Now is different because it's non-fiction and it's like based on her experience, and it's very much like her videos with the same kind of tone. But these are different because they're fiction. They're telling a story of someone who never existed, basically. And it's just so fast-paced and so just comfortable to read, even out loud. Like, normally, when you read in your head, there are some books that are more comfortable to read than others. And with Carrie's books, it's the same as with Rainbow Rowell's books to me. If I read them out loud, they just happen. Like, I'll read one sentence, and before I'm done with it, I feel the next one coming. So it's a very natural kind of process to read it out loud. And it works very, very easily and just naturally happens and flows, which is very, very nice. And in that way, Carrie reminds me a lot of Rainbow Rowell, because I have that same feeling with her books. Now the thing is that I did pick this up and read it through without putting it down, or barely putting it down, in one go, which has only ever happened twice to me before. The last time this happened was with Cara O'Brien's Birthmarked, which I borrowed in the library and then read through within barely no time at all. I have made a review on that book. I will try and put the link in the description. I'll try. That's all I can do. This is the best I can do. The first time it happened was when I got Harry Potter and the Deathly Hallows. Now, that book, to me, is very special because, firstly, it was the first English book I read from back to back. Secondly, it was the first book I read without putting it down, or barely putting it down. And thirdly, it was the book that really got me into reading, because I'd read The Half-Blood Prince before, but in German, and reading The Deathly Hallows in English made me realize that I like reading in English much better than in German, And that's what kind of kicked off my passion for reading. And yeah, it's just, And this book is the same. I just couldn't put it away. I had to read through it. And it was just very, very agreeable. It sounds stupid, but very agreeable. There are so many feelings in there, and even though I was reading it out loud, which sometimes, to me, numbs the feelings that I'm reading, but with Rainbow Rowell's work, and with Carrie's work, that doesn't happen. Like, if there's a romantic scene or something tingly, or something very, very emotional that gets you to tear up, it will still make me feel those things, even if I'm reading out loud. Even though normally, when I read out loud, the feelings are kind of dulled down. And yeah, it's just, oh my god. If you like fiction, like really, real fiction, like fantastic creatures, and definitely go pick this up. Oh my god. So good. Okay, now, the people who don't want any spoilers on the book, you can go now. If you liked this, give it a thumbs up, and if you want to see more of my veg, subscribe to my channel. But you can go now. See you then. The rest of you who are still here, this is not going to be spoiler-free. But at the beginning, I was a bit weary, I have to admit, when she started describing the creatures or those monsters, saying that those bad feelings were there because people didn't shut them out and let them in. And to me, that was it put me up my defenses, because all the bad feelings she was describing were mostly mental health issues, and I am myself dealing with a couple of them, so it did put me on my fences a bit at that point, because I was like, I didn't let those in, did I? I'd rather not have them. I really rather wouldn't have them. But as the book went on, I realised that, okay, that's how it was meant, and it's really a very good description of mental health problems, of just psychological issues. Good English. No, but just anxiety and depression and all those things are just explained in a way that give them life, but and explain to you, it seems so nonchalant. It's put very nonchalantly how to get rid of them. You just have to let light and love and happiness into your life. But then again, on the other side, you feel that way but it's not that easy, because you kind of grow attached to your bad feelings at some point. And that's just the truest truth ever. Because honestly, once you've had problems like that, mental health issues like that, for a while, they kind of grow to be a part of you. And just imagining them not being there just doesn't feel right. So you do grow very attached and very fond of them. So that is very well put in that book. And also, at some point, the main character, she tries to make everyone feel super, super good by giving them all the good feelings. And basically what it does is that it numbs everyone down to being completely reckless and just not in control of anything. And it doesn't make them feel good, it just makes them numb. And I just felt like, oh my god, that's what antidepressants are. Because most antidepressants, let's be real, don't make you feel happy. They make you feel numb so you don't feel as sad. That's what they do. They make you feel less bad. They don't make you feel more good. Do they? Because if that would be a thing, I mean, everyone would be taking antidepressants, wouldn't they? Instead of taking like drugs and smoking weird stuff. But yeah, it was a very, very good portrayal, in my opinion, for like mental illnesses and stuff like that. And I absolutely loved the way that was portrayed. And oh my god, I can't say enough how much I loved this book. I wish it wasn't over already, and I absolutely need a sequel. Can we please have a sequel? We need a sequel, Carrie. Definitely. Oh my god. It's okay. I think I've calmed down. So, now to everyone else. I'm done. If you like this video, please give it a like. If you want to see more of my veg and you're not already subscribed, then please subscribe to my channel, and I will see you again tomorrow. Bye!